Hey, we are live, I hope, on both YouTube and LinkedIn. LinkedIn definitely has a delay, so sorry for you guys. YouTube seems to be doing pretty good, keeping up with us in real time. So with that, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that everything is going to go very well, even though there is a significant delay. And welcome my counterpart today, the brains of the outfit, the man of the hour, Mike Pacini. How are you, Mike?
Well, thanks, James. That was fantastic. I love the intros. It gets me so excited to hear all that music and, get a quote, nice little scenery and all of that. I love that.
I love the classical music. I always feel just slightly smarter after I've heard. I'm not, but I just feel naturally smarter, right? Yeah. Well, hey, we have 30 minutes to cover a really important topic. I think it's important. Let me preface this by saying we have two unique communities here today. We have a crypto community and we have built environment people. And both are experts in their fields, right? So what we are doing at Cognitive is we are meshing those two together in a very interesting way. So what we decided to do with this call is to bring everybody to an even playing field, to get really general, right? Very high level on what blockchain and crypto is. And then in just a few moments, walk through the creation of a crypto wallet. And then at the end of that, when we're successful, fingers crossed, with everybody on the call, we will send them some CWX so that they'll have something in their wallet. Now, that said, let me go check my comments real fast. Okay, everything seems to be working. Hello, Kareem. Nice to see you. Kareem's over on the YouTube platform. So let's begin, Mike. Let's talk about just blockchain in general. And again, I'm keeping things very, very general, very high level. For us to understand the future, sometimes we often have to look to the past. So let's go back in time, right? And then I know you and I'll speak for myself. I have experience with something called a mainframe. It's when computing first got when you first deployed compute power in the enterprise, it was on a mainframe platform. And that was a centralized compute device that had storage, and the programs were kept on that centralized compute device. And that was just the way you did it. It was very centralized in the way that the compute power and the programs were administered. When computing power became inexpensive and we had the ability to put desktops and laptops out and deployed those from an enterprise perspective, our approach to work became decentralized. It means the applications and the data now were no longer centrally stored, but they were out with the individuals, storage being on their desktops or their laptops. That quickly became apparent that was very difficult to share information, because we come up with something called sneakerware, where you'd save it to your floppy disk and you'd run it over to the fellow who needed to have it. They'd put it in their machine and they would download it. And it was really bad news. So fortunately, this thing called the internet came along. And what the internet did is it took applications, again, being very generalistic, took applications from our desktops and laptops and put them in this cloud. This cloud is basically a centralized compute device. Now, some great examples of that: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, those are all centralized applications, very similar to the old days of a mainframe. Now, I hear comments, right? I look online. It's like, oh, that darn single one guy that owns Facebook's limiting my rights, because it's centralized. It's their platform, right? They own it. It's their data. It's their software. If you choose to interact with it, you're interacting with it on their terms. Now, enter the next phase of the internet. It's called Web 3.0. Web 3.0, or blockchain, some people know it as crypto, is a very decentralized manner of deploying applications in data, right? So let me give you an example of that. We might be familiar with the term crypto miners or Bitcoin miners, or people who are mining for cryptocurrency. What that is a decentralized compute device that is running an algorithm for that particular network. But what they are mining coins. But what they're also doing is they're writing to the blockchain all the transactions that occur on that blockchain. So those are nodes. So when we think about a mainframe, having the software, and then we think about decentralization being our laptops, and then we think about going back to the cloud. Now it's all stuck together again. Instead of having laptops, now what we have are these things called nodes. So there's many people all around the world running a node, and those nodes both earn cryptocurrency, but really what they're doing in the background also is they're writing transactions on the blockchain. So that's the decentralized nature of Web 3.0. When you think about a DApp, it's called a decentralized application. It's in the cloud, but the data and the work around that data, the work being the transactions and the manipulation of the data, is occurring in a very decentralized way. It's not controlled by any one individual, not any one particular government. It's a worldwide event that makes it very democratized. So when we say blockchain, that's really what we're saying. There's a number of different types of blockchains. The ones that we like, that we interact with a lot, is called Binance Smart Chain, BSC, Binance Smart Chain. It works in that very way. There's many, many nodes. You write to the network via those nodes, and the people who write the network information are the ones that get paid in coins. Now, that's the blockchain. The blockchain has a lot of really good uses. By way of example, there are, I know for certain, some future software packages related to ESG that are very soon to be released. In ESG, you have data sources. Those data sources are typically PDFs or Excel sheets. What we can do with the blockchain is we can, it's called hashing, or read that document so that we know it's that document. It comes up with a code. That code is written to the blockchain. So at the time that we issue our ESG report, which is also on the blockchain, it can be validated that it hasn't been changed. It's the data source that we use. It hasn't been manipulated. And it becomes a way to record forever, quite literally forever, we hope forever, the provenance of a particular document or a data source. That's one way that we would use blockchain in terms of our solution sets. Let me pause for a second and see if any of that makes sense, Mike. What do we think? Am I making sense here?
Oh, totally. I think
Okay.
you do have a tendency to kind of miss sometimes that, we're not doing the mining, right? I mean, we're not involved in that. It's others that are doing that, just like a financial institution has others doing everything behind the scenes. And that's not what we're talking about doing, but you need to understand that kind of background. So I think that's where, the intro to this is probably, spot on.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I think so too. So blockchain, crypto blockchain, they go hand in hand. So blockchain is that notebook, which is decentralized. It's contained in those nodes. Every time there's a transaction, in the example that we used, being able to record the provenance of a document on the blockchain, it's recorded and it stays there forever. It is available for review by anybody in the world. It's called a blockchain explorer, and we don't have to know everything there's to know about that. But the notion here is that anybody with internet access can look at a particular transaction to verify that it occurred and that it's real, right? So an example, the provenance of a document, it's very easy for us to take a look at that. Now, we talked about miners, and they're the ones responsible for writing to the blockchain. They have to get paid in some form or fashion. So every time there's a transaction on the network, on the blockchain, there's something called gas, which is ultimately payment to those crypto miners for writing onto the blockchain, right? So that's important to keep in mind. Anytime you're sending, receiving, buying, writing to the blockchain, there has to be someone that's ultimately paid for that, and that's called gas. So that becomes important in just a second. What is crypto? Now, crypto, there are three basic categories of crypto. I'm going to talk about the utility token, which is what we have created for our own solution sets. There are two others, and I don't want to get involved in a great debate. I am absolutely not a financial advisor. There is absolutely nothing that I know about finance. I can't be
a disclaimer.
not a financial expert, right?
Definitely needed
Not
to
me.
do that disclaimer.
Absolutely not me. That said, there's a utility token. There is a crypto coin, right? And then there is stable coin. So I'm going to briefly mention those first two because we're not involved with them with any of the work that we do to a large extent. The crypto coin is a coin that is used potentially as a utility coin, but it is a coin that is used as exchange of value on a proprietary network. So Bitcoin is a great example of that. Bitcoin has its own proprietary network. There are no applications on Bitcoin that I know of. They might be working on them. But when you buy Bitcoin, that's the coin that's specific for that network. Now, Binance Smart Chain has its own coin. It's called BNB. And there are many applications that are written on the Binance Smart Chain. And for a number of reasons, including our applications for the most part. We always go to Binance Smart Chain first. The transaction fees are very, very low on the Binance Smart Chain. So it lowers everyone's cost, and they're very fast on the Binance Smart Chain. So a utility token is a token that is used on a shared blockchain. So the token that we've created called CWX, Cognitive CWX, is a utility token that is used on the Binance Smart Chain. And all the transactions are recorded on the Binance Smart Chain. Now, somebody had a very good question. Hang on, Mark. I'm going to see if I can show it. I can show it on our screen on the YouTube side. I cannot show it on our screen on the LinkedIn side. So LinkedIn people, you may not see this. Let me just read it here real fast. Well, thank you, Mark, for Dr. Mark, for posting this. I'm just going to read it here. I spent the last year wrestling with the question of what crypto is and what it will mean. Most people, when they hear crypto, think of currencies. Completely agree with you, Dr. Mark. Bitcoin is most famous, but you may also have heard of other Ether, Dogecoin, and there are countless more. Currencies are where crypto technology begins, not where it ends. It's hard stuff to talk about because even in the language is unfamiliar. Blockchains, for instance, are crucial. They are ledgers that may be different, right? So that's spot on, Dr. Mike. Thank you for posting that. I think that makes a lot of sense. It is visible on LinkedIn. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate that. Completely agree with you. There's also the case of what is a token and what is its utility if it's not currency. At the risk of being a little bit salesy, I'm going to show you what we have done. Maybe if I can get to the website. This is in real time, folks. So just if you're ever guessing, it is absolutely in real time. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. So give me 1 second as I share the actual screen, not a slide. Share video screen. Oh, here we go. This one. So at Cognitive, we've created a utility token called Cognitive CWX. And this is just pure way of demonstration. So most utility tokens will have the ability to show you what their utilities are. This token was created on the Binance Smart Chain. And when you receive it, it has a number of uses. In this case, we have 4 example use cases of the utility of this token, right? We have a number of software as a service platforms that can be purchased in partnership with Cognitive or directly from Cognitive. When you purchase those software as a service platforms, you receive CWX, and that CWX from a client perspective can be used for either services from us or our partners or additional features in the software. Let me pause for a second. Here's the analogy. I think most of us go to car washes. I go to a car wash a lot because I live in the Midwest and I get lots of salt on my car, especially this time of year. When I go up, they always ask me if I want to buy a book of car washes. So coupons, right? So I have the option to buy 20 or 50 car washes at a discount. But I buy those car washes in that coupon book at that time. Now I can hold them and never use them. I can go back to the car wash and use them. Or I can sell them to somebody, right? If I don't want to use them, I potentially can give them to my kids, or maybe there's a market out there for someone that would want to buy my car washes. Potentially, you could have a business case to stand right out in front of the car wash and say, hey, they're going to charge you $5 for a car wash. I bought a book of them, so mine's only $3.50. You want to buy this coupon, right? A utility token is effectively a coupon in that fashion, right? So when you receive a grouping of coupons, you can use those coupons for in any way that the receiver would accept it, right? So in our case, as our first use case, we would accept that in exchange for a fixed scope of work, or we would accept that in exchange for additional services in our software, additional packages or modules in our software as a service platform. The next thing that it could be used for, that it will be starting to be used for in the next phase of our roadmap, is for employee rewards or user rewards in the platform. One of the software modules that we're going to be coming out with very soon is an ESG software platform, environmentally social governance software platform that is blockchain enabled. The participants who interact with that, who provide data as an individual into that platform to help us from a reporting perspective, would then receive CWX as a reward. Now they have an option to do something with that CWX, right? They can hold it, they can trade it, they can do whatever they want to do with it. It's theirs to use as their reward. The third case is an exchange for other software as a service partners. I'm not going to get deep into that, but it's a way to tie the two tokens together to help software as a service platforms function as a single entity. And then last, and this is talking to the crypto folks on the other side of the house, those that are crypto enthusiasts, it's possible to receive your CWX and then hold it. Over time, what happens is those holders of CWX get rewarded every time there's a transaction of CWX. So somebody sends or receives CWX or swaps it for a token. 2% is provided to a reward pool, and then that reward pool is distributed back out to everybody else. So you can imagine over time, if you hold CWX, it would have nothing, it would do nothing but go up in the number of CWX that you have. Now, that's how we use CWX. This is the really interesting part of crypto and crypto tokens. We don't control how CWX, the token, is used. That's how we use it. Yes, we did. We went through a project and we created the CWX token, and we provided it to the world, and it's available through a number of decentralized exchanges. It is an open source project. It's potential that others have the ability to use the token in some other way, and it could be absolutely their right to use the token in some other way. What we can control is our usage of the token and how it is used. So this site, cognitivecwx.net, is how we intend to use it moving forward, and why it's important for us to have it in terms of success for our future growth in our Web 3.0 plans. So that said, what is it that we do? Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. I thought I took this off. Let's take this off. Nope, take this off.
Do we want to get to a wallet at some point here? We'll go ahead and set one up.
Oh yes, it is time to move to the wallet. Let me stop sharing that screen and share this screen. I keep forgetting that the LinkedIn folks are about 3 minutes behind us. It's somewhat difficult. So that being said, thank you for keeping us on track, Mike. Love it. So in order to do something with crypto or a token, we need a digital place to hold it. Those are called wallets. And I'm going to attempt for the very first time ever myself to show everyone how to open and create a digital wallet. If we are successful, what we're going to do is we're going to have an address. You will have an address for your digital wallet. I'm going to ask you to send that to me. As a reward, I'm going to send you some CWX, right? In this case, it'll be 30,000 CWX. Those are yours. You can now tell your children and all your friends you are a member of the crypto community by having CWX in your wallet. So now, for the very first time, fingers crossed, everyone, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to get onto the, how to create your own Binance chain wallet. To do that, we're going to use an official application from Binance. It's called the, interestingly enough, Binance Chain Extension Wallet. You can Google that, Binance Chain Extension Wallet, and it will bring you to a website like this. Or you can go into comments, I hope, in a second, and see in the chat a link that I am posting. If not, I'm going to read it out here in just a second. So let me go over here to LinkedIn just in case. We'll post that here. Now, everybody should have a link to get here, which is https://docs.binance.org/smart-chain/wallet/binance.html. This is being recorded, so you can come back and take a look at that a little bit later. Again, you can verify that that you're on the right website by Google searching Binance Chain Extension Wallet. You always want to make sure you're not being duped. So you want to make sure that you're absolutely on the right one. So the best way to do that is to look at the certificate to see if it's valid. If it's HTTP site, yes, I feel very comfortable. This was issued to Binance.org. Good. So the very first thing I have to do once I get to this site is download the application so that I can see it in my browser. So I'm going to go to the Chrome store. Yes. And what I see here is Binance Wallet. More than 1 million people have downloaded it. So I'm pretty comfortable that I'm not being duped here. This is the real deal from Google Chrome. I'm going to click Add to Chrome. I'm going to click Add Extension. Now that Binance Wallet has been added to Chrome. Very good. See up here in the right-hand corner, this little symbol. This is the wallet. Yay. At least the app has been installed. What I do, see this little puzzle piece at the top right-hand corner of Google Chrome? If you click on that, it'll pull up all the applications that have been installed. I'm going to make this
as an
extension.
As an the applications that act as extensions, right?
Yes, thank you. Yes, as extensions to Google Chrome. So I'm going to hit this pin, and now I'm always going to have my Binance Smart Wallet right here in the upper right-hand corner, right? So when I open this app, it's going to tell me to use an existing wallet or create a wallet. Everybody on the call needs to create the wallet. So I'm going to hit Create Wallet. Now then, we want to do something called generate a seed phrase. Do not ever, ever, ever share your seed phrase with anyone. Maybe not even your significant other, but you can if you want to. But there are many hackers in the crypto world who will find really good ways to get you to give them your seed phrase. Never do that. That's rule number one. When you hit generate seed phrase, write that down. Don't lose it. It's the only way to recover your wallet should you have an issue, especially if you change computers. If you move from one computer to another, when you go to install your new wallet, you can't simply type your password in. You need that seed phrase to activate your wallet. It's the only way to activate your wallet if you're on a new computer. Don't share it with anybody. I'm going to hit generate seed phrase. I'm not going to use this wallet, so I'm not worried about you seeing a seed phrase if it comes up. I need to enter a strong password. I always recommend that you use Google as a way to do that. I'm going to type in something, maybe. Again, this is a test wallet. Never do this. Okay, that's good. Excellent. Let's see here. I remember what I typed in, so that makes it very interesting. It's got to be 8 letters. Oh my goodness. Mike. Normally, I'd say let's use Google for a recommended, but whatever your password is, make sure it's good and strong. You know, I feel like that guy that does the paintings. You know, when he's doing the paintings, he's talking about it. Right. All right. So I think that's good. I'm going to hit a red. You can read the terms of use if you want to. I've already read them. I've done this a few times before. I'm going to hit continue. And these are the things that you never, ever, ever are supposed to show anybody. Never show anybody. Again, this is a wallet that I'm never going to use, so we're okay here. You want to make sure that you copy that down. You want to print it out. You want to do something with it, right? Continue. Now, it's going to prove to me, it's going to prove that you did that. Otherwise, I won't let you do anything, which I think is pretty smart, right? Now, for me, I need to post this down. Okay, I need to come up with the 6th letter, or 6th word. 1, 2, 3. All right, I got it. And now you have a different set of words, right? So that's important to go through. You basically just write those words in there. I know it's a little bit like paint drying, but you're doing this on your side too, so we're all right. We're doing this at exactly the same time. And then 12. Yeah, 12 is the 12th is the last one. I cannot reiterate enough, right? Do not ever share your seed phrase with anyone. It is really bad news. All right, so I should be able to do something here. Please confirm your seed phrase by typing. I did not type, so that's probably my problem here. And then you would hit continue. I am attempting to hit continue, but it is not working, strangely enough. Continue. Seed phrase 1, 2, 3. All right. It's serious when it says type it in. All right, so let's try that. Seed 6. Aha, there we go.
There you go.
Cut and paste does not work. You must type it in. All right, so we're going to hit continue. Now, I'm in my wallet. Congratulations, I have a wallet. And if you've done that, you now have a wallet too. Here's the important piece. Up here where it says account. Everybody hopefully can see that. Let me hold this down a little bit here. I don't know that there's a way I can make that any larger. Probably not. But right up here, it says account. And there's a copy button. Here's what I'd like for you to do. This is sort of the proof that we have created our wallet. This is the address for the wallet. The address is your way of communicating to the world what your address is. It's not dissimilar to an IP address if you're familiar with networking. It's the way to send currency or crypto or tokens or coins to that wallet. That address is public. Now, the world doesn't know that that particular address belongs to you, right? But it knows that that address is out there. So when you do the Blockchain Explorer, or you look at the number of transactions that has occurred, you can look up that particular wallet address and see that. So again, it's public information. So there's a couple of options that I'd like to give you guys here. You can copy that and paste it into the chat session, if you like, in order to receive your CWX. Or if you don't want necessarily to show people your name associated with your wallet, what I'm more than happy to do is to receive that via email, and then I can send you the CWX that way. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to type in my email address in both chats right now. You can also reach out to Mike if you know Mike personally.
James, can you open that so we can see the actual what it looks like? The code, the wallet.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Sorry. If we go to because as far as I know, this is as big as this can get, right?
Oh.
This code is truncated, so I don't think we can make it any bigger, but we can go to the Binance Smart Chain by clicking this, which is what that window is here. And this is the review. This is the actual wallet address. And this is all the transactions that have occurred against that wallet, right? And you can do the same thing on your side if you've created that wallet as well. That's a good one. It's good, Mike. I like that. Alrighty, I am posting that into the chat. This is my email address that you guys can use. And I know if you're watching this on a recorded session for the next day, let's say, for the next 24 hours, if you are on the LinkedIn community and you post or send me your wallet address, I will send you 30,000 CWX so that we can get you officially engaged in the I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. Officially engaged in the
community.
In the community. Thank you.
That's really what it is.
Got a little brain block there. Our 30 minutes are basically up. Thank you guys for attending. I hope that you have an opportunity to create your wallets using this. And by all means, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm absolutely not a financial advisor. I cannot state that enough. But I know a little bit about blockchain and crypto, and that's where we are. Yes, Karam, I'm sorry, it's only 30 minutes long. So that's where we are. I know there's a million things we can go into in depth and detail. Small bites for corporate enterprise folks, given that they have a million things going on. Let me see if I can find some other comments here that might be good. You know what? No, I see we're out of time. Mike, any closing thoughts as we
no, at this point, just don't, like me, just don't get frustrated. There's definitely ways around initial kind of difficulties that you might have setting it up, getting the wallet set up.
Super awesome. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks.
Cool. All right. Thank you.